Hey Sal, welcome into the studio. Thank you for coming to speak to us today. Now, we really wanted to ask you in because we've been seeing what you've been doing on social media, the lifestyle aspect of it. We see you promoting the network marketing industry and the products you use. But what really interested us is how you went from the corporate world, investment banking, and your story from that into network marketing. So we want to ask you in to find out more about you and what you do.
Oh, thanks for having me in. Excited to do the interview, and really unexpected journey. It wasn't the initial plan at all, but I'm really happy the way things have ended up.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. How did you get into investment banking? What is it like? Is it really like Wolf of Wall Street?
Well, I wish it was. Well, we didn't quite have that much fun.
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very different. Wolf of Wall Street is more of like a brokerage type of business, and they had like brokers ringing up retail investors, selling them like investment opportunities, like high net worth individuals. Completely different. I guess I had that kind of image going into it, but it's very different. So, like if I go right back, basically I started at university. I did my degree in finance. I did a international business module. And at the time I was working as a fitness instructor at David Lloyd's, and that's where I think my passion came from, health and fitness. That's what I really enjoyed doing, but I never thought about doing something as a career that I enjoyed. I actually just wanted to make as much money as possible. So I applied to all these global investment banks, and I got accepted into Lehman Brothers. So I was so happy. Yeah. I couldn't believe it actually. I didn't really go to private schools. I don't speak like a lot of the people that get accepted onto those graduate programs. But I went through the interview process. All went really well. Bought some suits. Turned up in Canary Wharf, big shiny building, and I thought, this is it. Like I have made it. The salary was like more than I could imagine for being that age, and more than my peers. And I thought, right, I'm going to become a multi-millionaire now. This is what I always wanted. So I enjoyed it. I got to work with some incredibly intelligent people, incredibly driven people. I learned so much. So many of those guys are still my friends now. But that was back in 2005. 2008 hit, the global financial crisis, the recession, and the whole industry, the whole marketplace had changed. So where we didn't mind working all those hours for those big bonuses, the plan was, work 10, 15 years, rack up the bonuses, build a nice property portfolio, and disappear into the sunset. And all that really, really did change. And to be honest, that wasn't really what it was about anyway. That's what I thought it would be about. So I didn't really get affected too much by the financial crisis. I went on to like another investment bank straight away. I then moved out to Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
It's absolutely incredible. One of the best experiences of my life, experience in Southeast Asia. I got to travel. The work was really hard. The hours were really long. The culture over there is
very different, I'm sure.
So very different. But the food, like the traveling, it was incredible. But Hong Kong, I'm not sure if you've been here. It's a tiny little island.
No, I've never been. I've always wanted to go. It's one of my dream destinations.
It's incredible. There's not that many, like the culture there is quite expat, a lot of UK, American, and you got to travel to China and like Southeast Asia to really get the culture of Asia. But again, I met some fantastic people, but I started missing London. It's very small, and it's very work, play, and there's not much more. So incredible experience.
When was
that? That was around 2011, 2012.
Okay.
And decided to come home. Got a job back in Canary Wharf, and that's really where my aspirations and things started to change. I was approaching my late 20s at this point, and I thought, is this what I really want from life? Do I want to be doing this for the next 10, 20 years? I had the fun, I had the partying. Now life gets a bit more serious. You're thinking about family, setting some roots down, and things started to change, I think, like in society, like being an entrepreneur started to be like come out there and be a lot more cool. And I always had that, like always saw myself as an entrepreneur. And I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I wasn't inspired. I had this feeling, Heather, that I was working so hard every day, and the end goal was making as much money as possible for the bank, but I wasn't creating anything. You know, like when you get an architect, he'll work for 2 years really hard, but at the end of the project, he's got a building.
He can see what he's done.
He's still what he's created. I wasn't creating anything, so I was unfulfilled. I wasn't like interested in what I was doing. I didn't care where a stock price went. I didn't care about a dividend yield or a derivative price. So when I wasn't passionate about it, I wasn't I wasn't taking my game to the next level, and no one around me inspired me. Everyone was working really, really hard, and I resented having 28 days a year holiday. I resented being stuck to this desk, looking at these screens, numbers flicking, looking at charts, and I couldn't leave this desk. I felt like I was in prison. Like I couldn't even go to the bathroom sometimes. I'd come back and someone would say, "Where have you been?"
Oh my gosh.
You know, so I started to feel
like
trapped.
You're trapped in like a prison.
Like
almost,
a prison, yeah. And the income they were paying us kept us there. I couldn't leave to do so. I always thought, okay, I want to go into advertising. I want to go into something cool. So like,
but then it's a pay cut, isn't it? A massive pay cut.
Massive pay cut. And at the time, I had a mortgaged car, and I was kind of locked in, and I couldn't see a way out. And when you don't have that freedom, that's when like it starts affecting you.
That's quite sad, isn't it? Like,
Is. I think a lot of people must be suffering from
Definitely.
that Sunday night. Oh my God, I've got to go work tomorrow, and they're basically just living to pay the bills, living for the weekend, and they can't see a way out. So I guess I was in that position really. So I was uninspired, unmotivated, and I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. When you think about it, like you said earlier, life's so short, isn't it?
It's so short.
And it's grim to say this, but the one thing that is guaranteed, we all know we're going to die.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that is death. Yeah.
Death. And no matter what happens to us, whether we've got like bills, bankruptcies, whatever it is, we're all going to end up in the same place. So it actually amounts to nothing. And although death is so grim, it's probably the best gift we have, because knowing that we're going to die tells us we've got to live.
You have to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if only you could like tap on the shoulder and people on the train and they look miserable, and you could say,
I know, all the commuters doing all that. No.
Yeah, you could say, mate, you know, like, I don't want to be horrible, we're going to die. So if you're not
morbid, but
if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not
Yeah.
waking up and happy to where you go, like, make a change. Just try. But
because everyone can.
everyone can. It's just maybe having some support, some guidance, or to be inspired by something, I guess.
So how did you find network marketing? Like what is it exactly?
I didn't know. I had never heard of network marketing
Okay.
before, and I didn't actually find network marketing. What happened at the time was I was actually going on a holiday, and I've always been into my health and fitness, just like you, Heather. And I was training really hard. I wanted some good Instagram pics for the beach.
Don't we all?
So, yeah. So I was in the gym training really hard. I wasn't, my level of nutrition, I thought I knew everything about eating well, and I thought I knew how to train hard. And what I wanted to do was drop body fat and get some abs. That was my only goal. So I didn't eat a carbohydrate for this holiday in Thailand for 8 weeks.
No carbs before marbs.
No carbs for marbs. I wasn't eating any fats, like stay away from fats. All I was trying to do is get as much protein inside me as possible. And I was training, I was waking up early to go to work, to go to the gym before work, doing fasted cardio. I'd come back, I'd do weights. And yeah, I was seeing some good change. But at the time, some of my friends down the gym, you know, if you're like your gym friends, they started using these products, and they were like, Sal, you need to try this, you need to try this. And I was like, look, I've got my protein. I used to buy a big bag of protein online. I don't need it. And they would say, no, it's not protein, it's like these healthy functional food meals. And I was like, listen, I eat clean, I know how to eat healthy. I'm a eat clean, train dirty sort of person. And they were like, okay, we're training. I started training with these guys, and they were just getting like unbelievable results. And they're not doing the cardio I'm doing, they're not starving themselves. And I'm thinking, how are they doing
What's
this?
going on?
Yeah. So I went on holiday, and because I didn't eat a carb for like 2 months, I went in. Like 2 weeks in Thailand, like I remember on the beach they did these donuts with the chocolate sauce. Like I went in.
I don't know how you did giving up the carbs, I'll be honest.
It's so difficult. No. It's so difficult. And I love toast.
I love toast, buttery toast.
I could have like toast for dinner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I come back and I got a bit fluffy, and these guys they looked energized. They looked in really good shape, and I was like, look, I said to my mate Ricky, whatever you're using, just give me the package. Let me give it a go. So start using the products, the supplements. I started feeling good. More than anything, the results, I was dropping body fat because I was in a calorie deficit, but I started to feel energized for the first time. Like whenever I went for a transformation, I don't know if you've done the same for a holiday, but you feel depleted because you're giving your body less food, less nutrients.
Of course. You don't feel you, do
No.
you? You don't feel you.
You don't feel energized, productive. So although sometimes you look great, you just feel terrible.
Yeah.
If you speak to a lot of people that do these shows, like they are down to like 0% body fat.
Are they happy?
They're happy. No, they don't look happy. They're moody, and you can't live like that. So more than anything, I was thinking, wow, these are really good. And I thought, you know what, my mum could benefit from something like this. So my mum started using the products. My mum and dad both developed type 2 diabetes throughout years and years of bad nutrition, and she always had to control her blood sugar levels. So I thought this might be great for her. My mum can lose a little bit of weight. I mean, my mum's not going to want abs and things like that, but just to lose a little bit. She really enjoyed it. And then from there, started just documenting my journey. People around me were like, look, you look great. Like, what are you doing? I said, look, I'm using this sort of stuff. And then I started bringing customers to my friends that were selling these products. And they said, look, why don't you come along to an opportunity meeting? And I was like, what's an opportunity meeting? I don't need an opportunity, thanks. And to be quite honest with you, I walked in this room where they were holding a meeting and everyone looked like a bit happy, clappy. I was thinking it's a little bit weird, but because I'm just not used to that environment. People started sharing their stories and some people started talking about like the incomes they were earning from doing this business. And I was thinking, don't understand how they're built, but it sounds amazing. And then I was thinking, hold on, I think all these guys are actors here just for my benefit.
Yeah, is it a setup? Is it a cult or something?
Is it a cult? It's very like, it can seem very culty. Yeah. And then I was thinking, oh, you know, they're showing good lifestyles, but anyone can get those pictures off Google. So I was skeptical, but I thought, you know what, I'm enjoying the products. I brought quite a bit of business to my friends. I haven't got anything to lose. And then some of the guys who are earning the bigger incomes got up and told their stories, different backgrounds, and I thought, you know what, this could be the thing that I've been looking for. I was always looking for a passive income. I used to sit there at work and go, how can I build a passive income? Because I was earning a good income, but I knew the day I stopped, income would stop.
Yeah.
So I was always online looking at opportunities, stocks, shares. Oh, why don't I build a property portfolio? I didn't have the capital to invest in properties. I didn't have the capital to risk in investing in shares, and it's risky, so you can lose it all. So I looked at this passive income opportunity. I thought, you know what, I could build this outside of what I'm doing part time, and this could turn into something. And you know what, it's in something that I'm passionate about. So they work for me, they work for my mum. Some of my friends are getting good results. Why not give it a go? So from then on, I had like a little bit more hope. I was inspired for the first time in a long time, and my aspirations have kind of changed, and I saw like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know it was going to work out, but I thought I haven't got anything to lose. And from there, I just did my research. I did my due diligence, blown away because I'd never heard of this company before. I'd never heard of network marketing.
So you've got a belief in these products and the support structure, but you can achieve all of this through whole foods and regular exercise, the traditional way. Yeah. So why do people need to use these supplements?
It's a really good question. I know you're really into your health and fitness, aren't you?
I love my fitness.
And I know that you eat very clean, and I'm not sure if you use any type of supplement and all. But
I don't, but we're going to have to talk about this after this, about supplements. Yeah. Definitely, we'll have a talk,
Well, look, there's two things to do with like supplements. I think a lot of people are in the gym and they're training for aesthetics, but what we need to understand is nutrition, it can help with that, but more importantly, it's for your health as well. Okay. So supplements are there to supplement your diet. So they're never going to overtake a whole food diet. The whole food diet is always going to be the foundation of a healthy, active lifestyle. Yeah. And you've always got to get that right. But we don't want to be like extreme and eat out of Tupperware. Well, some people do and they enjoy that. That's up to them. I just don't want to be
meal prep.
That person on a Sunday night has to cook 20 chickens. It's just not my lifestyle.
That's not me either. That's why I've never really focused on that.
I just enjoy food too much. I enjoy curries and Chinese, and I need something that's going to help me. So I understand that I'm going to be deficient through my whole food diet in some nutrients. So most of us, if we actually get tested, research shows that most people are deficient in things like magnesium, potassium, calcium. A lot of people don't drink milk or dairy anymore, and it's not good for you. So we're deficient in calcium, vitamin D, no sunshine, iron, like a number of different like nutrients we're deficient in. And I've learned that those things have a detrimental effect to your training, your recovery, your sleep, your energy, things like that. And I didn't know this before. I thought I was getting everything that I needed, but I wasn't. So supplements play a huge role, especially the way food is farmed now, like factory farmed.
Yeah.
Some of these animals, they don't see
light of day ever. Yeah.
Ever. They're pumped with growth hormones,
Yeah.
sex hormones, antibiotics, and we're eating that. The fruit and vegetables, they're being sprayed by pesticides and fertilizer chemicals, and that has an effect on the soil, which affects the nutrients. So we're in a very different landscape to 100 years ago, where the food we was eating, the fresh veg and fruits, we're getting all of that nutrition. Now, you're just not getting that nutrition for your whole foods. So it's important to supplement, and we use that just to fill in the gap. So look, you can absolutely achieve the physique and the body that you want through whole foods, and that's simply by living in a calorie deficit. I think the way you look, we can keep it simple. To lose body fat, you need to live in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
To have the muscle size you want, you stimulate the muscle and like recover properly. So it's two things. So if I'm going to do it for a whole food diet, I'm going to eat less because I need to be in a calorie deficit. I either eat less or I train more to create that deficit.
Yeah, of course.
For me, the more I train, the more I eat.
Yeah, same here.
And because I'm
Yeah.
So if I'm going to live in a calorie deficit, I'm eating less, I'm getting less nutrition, and that's why I've got not as much energy. My skin gets worse, hair, nails, things like that. So I think supplements plays a huge role. If my parents supplemented like omega-3s and things like that, maybe they wouldn't have got like, that's what creates disease and illness. Like calcium, for example. Your body's so clever. If we're not giving our body calcium for years and years and years, what it starts pulling calcium from your bones.
Of course, you end up with brittle bone disease.
Brittle bone
things
disease,
like this.
yeah. So it's all things that we're unaware of. But I think supplements really does play an important role in society now. But there is a taboo because a lot of people are like, just eat clean. Like, you don't need it. You can. You can.
A lot of people say this, don't they? That you can find those things in the food you eat already.
Yeah, you can. But when I was working in investment banking, I had to be at my desk for 6:30 a.m. leave at 6:30 at night. I didn't have the time to go and get all the organic produce,
the healthy foods,
all the healthy foods. And you know, the global study on obesity 2008 showed that adherence plays the major role in obesity. So I could say, Heather, what foods do you really like? Kale, brown rice. What foods are good for you? Say brown rice and kale.
Okay.
But if you don't like kale and you don't like brown rice,
you're not going to eat it.
You're not going to eat it.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest factor. It's not what's good for you. It's what can you adhere to.
Definitely.
And that's what I found this. I wasn't eating breakfast.
That's one of my problems as well. Yeah.
Time. I'm not that hungry in the morning.
Yeah, same.
And that causes, blood sugar levels, insulin, all that sort of stuff. So if I can have a supplement that can give me everything I need, really quick, really convenient, I don't have to think about it. That works for me. I'm not going to say it works for everyone, but it can work for a lot of people in managing weight, in your health and things like that. So yes, you can achieve what you want through whole food nutrition. If you can get that right, there's probably no better way. But I'd say 99.9% of people won't be getting that, even though they think it. I thought I was. I was walking to Pret in the mornings on the way to work, getting a croissant, getting a latte. And I was thinking, like, it's all right, I'm going to train later. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
And look, I read something really interesting the other day. Do you know how many footballers since 2000 have died on the pitch because they're fit, they're healthy, but they've got high cholesterol, and especially when they're working at high activity. Of course,
there's been quite a lot, hasn't there, in the news? Yeah,
high
like cardiac arrests.
Yeah, on the pitch, these guys
really
are fit.
young and fit and healthy. Yeah.
What's going on? And their cholesterol levels are so high, their heart's working harder to pump the blood. And where they're working hard already, their heart just collapsed. So I think there needs to be a lot more coverage around like the way you look, but being healthy as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I found. I felt a lot better. Now I'm supplementing. But of course, healthy, active lifestyle is good whole food diet. Yeah. So you're right, you can.
So why aren't they sold in a shop or online?
Well, good question again. So I know that you train and you train with a group of people sometimes, right? Yeah. So I think Herbalife Nutrition, they understand that everyone's different. Everyone comes in different shapes, different sizes. They've got different lifestyles and they've got different goals. So when you buy something off a shelf from like a supplement shop or online, let's say for you, for example, you're a presenter, actress and things like that, and you train, let's say you train 4 to 5 times a week,
Yeah.
and you've got goals of like, what are your fitness goals?
I'll be honest, my fitness goals are more about just looking good in a bikini for summer.
Okay, which are most people's,
Yeah.
right? So you would go and buy a supplement, and it would say, Heather, 2 scoops of this in the morning,
Yeah.
2 scoops in the afternoon. Now, you might have like a rugby player or one of these guys in the gym that's training different lifestyle. Let's say he's a rugby player, 16 stone. He's going to buy that supplement as well.
Yeah.
And it's going to say,
The
John,
exact same thing.
2 scoops in the morning, 2 scoops at night. And if you don't like the taste, or it's not working for you, or you don't feel good, or you're not getting the results, who do you speak to? So there's no personalization. It's not going to be personalized to you to help you get the results that you want. So someone might say, with Herbalife, you get a coach.
Yeah.
And I'd say, so what's your goals? What's your lifestyle like? You might work late nights, so you might need your breakfast later. And I'd work out your protein factor. I'd work out what you really want to do, and we'd advise you what to take and how to take it. So you just don't get that from a shop. You don't get that online.
Yeah.
We also got the support, the guidance, but the community we create is one of the biggest reasons why people really get results.
Okay.
Because every day you've got accountability, you're getting motivated, people are putting in our community groups meal ideas, recipe ideas, home workout plans. And if that's continuously in your consciousness, then you're going to adhere to it, and you're going to be getting better results because you've got the help from a coach that's helping you throughout the day, throughout the weeks. We do challenges which really do help people.
Yeah.
So that really does help. That's
Like a little
the biggest
family
difference.
kind of thing, yeah.
And it's, from a business perspective, it's a lot more efficient for Herbalife to sell their products through independent coaches and distributors, because they know that their customers are going to get support, they get results, and they'll continue to use the products. And word of mouth advertising and getting into different social circles and circle of influences is better for the company.
Yeah.
So, and it offers an opportunity for us distributors as well to not only use the products, get results, but a business opportunity as well.
But so you do train an awful lot. So that must contribute a lot to how you look.
So yeah, I do train a lot. Probably looks like I'm training more than I do, because it's probably most of what I put on my social media.
Yeah, same.
But it's something I'm passionate about and something I enjoy. Yeah, people do say you train a lot. I'm like, well, I've only done like 30 minutes today.
But on Instagram, it looks like I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something I enjoy, and I think it motivates people. As long as people like sort of come across my page and they feel a little bit inspired, a little bit motivated. Maybe they don't want to do that workout. Maybe they don't want to go out in the cold and do a little run. But I think nowadays I tend to not train like for long periods, but I'm consistent. So I'll go out and do I think a 20-minute workout is better than doing nothing.
Doing nothing,
and it makes me feel good.
Okay, so you've got a passion for the products. You felt inspired by the stories you heard. But how did you fit that in with what you were doing in investment banking?
Yeah. So like I said, it's something you can do part-time. Most people do it part-time. So it's it's a tricky one when people say, so what do you do in network marketing? Really, I use the products and I've got a result, and that gave me a belief. So when you use something quite often, you tend to talk about it quite a lot. So I was using the products, I was sharing my results and other people's results, and I was just talking to people. So even when I was at work, I was telling the guys what I was doing. Some might want to do it themselves, some don't. But outside of that, I now had a goal. I now had like an aspiration. So rather than just going out drinking most evenings, living for the weekend, I thought, you know what, I can put my time into something in the evenings and the weekends that's going to take me out. So I was working in my part-time on like my dreams, my fortune, and I was working in my full-time to pay the bills. And my goal was to build that income outside of my job, so that one day I would be able to just like go, see you later to that, and work full-time on my passion in helping people do what I do. So yeah, I was just using the products. I was training, like learning more about network marketing. I read a book called Beach Money. It literally did change my life. You know, when some people say, I read this book, it changed my life.
Yeah, was that the book for you?
That was the book for me. And people used to say that to me, and I used to think, oh God, like, The Secret changed my life.
Oh God, yes, with everyone with that. But
I do like The Secret as well, but
did The Secret change your life too, though?
I thought just by having happy thoughts, it wasn't doing it. Yeah. But I understand the concept of being positive, because when you think positive, you do positive things. Definitely. And you get something from it. Yeah. But the Beach Money book opened my eyes to network marketing and on how to really build the business. Because at first I thought just sell product. Not really about that. So that book opened things up. So when you're working full time to pay the bills, but you've got something you're part time to like push onto, you feel inspired. And the part time story is just so strong, Heather, because I was earning extra income part time, and when I like friends and like family and people were like, when I talk to them and say, "Oh, this is what I do full time, but in my part time I earn this," people are like, "Show me, tell me, I want a bit."
Yeah.
But it's just if you saw someone and they were earning really good income in their job, you'd be like, "Well done." But if they say, "I've got a side hustle," they're like, "I want in."
Yeah,
and that was good for my business because I'm bringing more people in.
It's relatable as well, isn't it? People think if
Absolutely.
you're doing a full-time job, then I can do, and you're earning this on the side, then I can do that too.
Yeah. So that part-time story is so powerful. And if some people do what I do, they won't leave their full-time because the part-time story is just so powerful. But the goal was for me to get out of that industry and into like the new industry.
So how do you build an income in network marketing? Is it just by retailing products, or do you get paid to recruit people? Because I think a lot of people think these kind of things are pyramid schemes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear the pyramid scheme thing a lot. A lot of people that ask me, they say, or they tell me that's a pyramid scheme. I say, what is a pyramid scheme? And they're like, you know, it's that thing where the person at the top gets paid all the money. And like, Heather, I worked at JP Morgan, right? So the chairman, CEO, Jamie Dimon, he got all the money, and he had like senior executives, directors, employees, and customers. That would be more of a pyramid scheme.
So any business is
pyramid in structure, but pyramid scheme is like when the top person is earning off everyone. So it doesn't quite work like that. If it did, there'd be a lot more people earning a lot more money. But pyramid schemes tend to collapse after 12 to 18 months in its nature because the way it's built. They're illegal. So it's certainly not a pyramid scheme. Herbalife's been going for 40 years. They advertise on Ronaldo, so it'd be a pretty silly scam to go and print it all over the most famous athlete in the world. But the way you earn money is there's a few different ways. Now, you can earn income by retailing the products and helping people get results. That doesn't quite become a passive income until you teach others to do what you do, because like any business, the way you increase your wealth is through leverage and scale. So by scaling out whatever you might do. So this studio, for example, if you can rent this studio out for 24 hours a day. So if you rent it out for £1 an hour, you earn £24. So that income is stuck at that amount. But to earn more, the company would have to open more studios, and that's how you scale a business. So same in network marketing. We retail the products, we help people get good results, and usually we build product lovers, and by showing them how to activate their circle of influence, because usually their friends and family would be like, "You look great, what are you doing?" And we're like,
done?
And usually they're bringing you referrals, and you're like, "Look, why don't you keep the profit?" So we're showing other people to do what we do, and that's how you build a passive income. So you've got the retail, absolutely, you can earn an income. A lot of people just want a small income, part-time, perfect. Then by introducing people to the business, showing them to do what you do, and then you can show them to do what you've done so they can build a team as well. And you can make more money than the person that's introduced you. I make more money than the person that introduced me into this, because my business is independent to me and is bigger than his. Now, he can still build bigger because it's unlimited. But so you've got the retail, you've got wholesale commissions that you earn from your team. And then once you help your team members get to different levels in the marketing plan, you start earning royalties and bonuses. And that's when it really becomes lucrative. So the idea is to help as many people improve their health and improve their wealth. And when you understand the concept of it's about others and not you, that's when you really do start growing.
So where do you think some of the negative stigma comes from then?
To be honest, Eva, I think some of it is earned from the distributors. People get so excited. They go to an opportunity meeting, they hear some stories, and they just can't help themselves. They go out there and they're like, "Oh my God, you can earn £2 million in a week. These products, they cure illnesses." They just can't help themselves, and they over embellish what the product can do, what the business opportunity can do. The opportunity is very good. We don't have to lie or over embellish, but people are just excited. You also get distributors that are just hounding everyone. You might have got a message on social media
pushing
going,
it on you.
"You look amazing, you'd be great at this, like join my team." And although like you got to prospect and build relationships, sometimes it can annoy some people. And then you get some people that feel maybe threatened from what we do. The best thing about Herbalife and network marketing is anyone can do it. Doesn't matter where you come from, what you do, what age you are, what background, you can do it. Sometimes the worst thing about it is anyone can do it. So fitness professionals, some people are like, he shouldn't be doing that. What's he doing that for? But people don't understand their backstories, you know? Like someone could be 24 stone and they lose 4 stone, they're feeling healthy, they love the community they're in, and they're like, I want to do this. I want to help others do what I do. And then that person will go out into the marketplace and they'll have conversations, and then maybe a personal trainer might go, look at that guy. What does he know about nutrition? And I guess even some personal trainers, they can feel a little bit threatened. They, you know, they've paid a few £1,000s to do a course. Yeah. They feel qualified, they're working hard, and then they might see someone selling some supplements where they don't understand the science, they don't understand the philosophy and the community, and they feel threatened, and then they're like, they're against it. They're like, don't do that, you don't need to do that. The fitness industry can be quite elitist.
Yeah, it can, definitely.
For guys like us, you know, if we were to go to a trainer and go, look, we want to like drop some body fat, build some muscle, they could be like, okay, 6 a.m. in a gym, fasted cardio, let's do HIIT training. That's great for people like us. We're quite motivated. Yeah. You train a lot. You like the pain, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't like a 6 a.m. start at the gym. No, I'll tell you that.
True,
no, thank you.
True, me neither.
But I do, yeah. And I love the pain and I love the work. I love working out.
Yeah, and I think we're in like a small percentage of people that actually really enjoy that.
Because I was never like that before. Yeah. I was never like that. I hated the thought of the gym.
Yeah. And a
lot of people don't.
They don't want to do that. It's not their passion. Yeah. A lot of my friends don't enjoy it. They do it like because they feel they have to, but they don't enjoy it. And then there's people like my mum. Like, what's a personal trainer going to say to my mum? My mum's had a personal trainer, and they've got her doing exercises she hates. Yeah. Put her on a nutrition plan. She's not going to do it. She's not going to follow it. She's not going to follow it. She's not going to follow a diet plan that they give her. My mum thinks fish fingers, chips and beans is healthy. Yeah. She's 66 years old. You're not changing her mind. So this offers an alternative. This offers, you know, something for our aunties, our uncles, for athletes, for absolutely everyone to do something that's convenient. Yeah, and like I said, there's some bad market participants, but that's in every single industry. How many times have you seen a really amazing PT doing some great work, and then you've seen one PT showing someone how to squat really badly? I mean, in your industry, you must see some presenters that are fantastic and some that are really bad, but you can't tarnish the whole industry with the ones that are good, the bad. But I guess with what we do is quite out there in social media. Some people might be giving some wrong advice, and then we all get sort of tarnished. But like I said, you can't please everyone in life. So, and that's just the way it is. And, you know, when you get disruption in an industry, it does cause a lot of noise. So like Uber didn't actually ruin, you know, black taxis, did it?
Of course.
The technology has improved what was there, and then the black taxis, things change, and people don't move with technology and innovation. People don't like change, and we're seeing a big change in behavioural science now on weight loss, people getting fit and healthy.
Definitely.
It's not about what's good for you; it's about what people can adhere to. Yeah. So, I think we're just being a bit disruptive in the industry, so there's going to be a lot of noise. But I think if people open their minds a bit more, learn a little bit more about things that they don't know, they would understand a bit more and either take it to help them or not. I think if you're offering value in the marketplace, you don't need to knock anything. No. If you need to put something down to elevate what you do, I think you need to look at your current business model, how much value you're adding, and then you wouldn't have to worry. I've never met a successful, happy person put anything down. Yeah, and when I get negativity, I always look at the source of negativity, whether they're promoting something else for their personal preference or their personal brand, or someone that's unhappy in what they're currently doing
in their life or something.
Yeah, because I would never put anything down. And I've noticed from the most successful people, like I found that most successful people aren't happy, but most happy people are successful. And the people that I've seen that are really successful and happy, they would never put anything down because it's not their mindset.
No, I agree. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, Sal. So what's the difference though? Like, how do you build a business? Like, how do you build in network marketing? What's different from that to building your own business or entrepreneurship?
It's a funny one because we say business opportunity, start your network marketing business, and it's not really like you're setting up a business. And most traditional businesses are like, if you're an entrepreneur, you start a business, you'd have to invest capital, whether it be like premises, office, employ people. You have to do all the admin, accounting, things like that. So that would be an entrepreneur or business owner, invest capital to build something that's going to generate profits. And then the other industries, like we know, white collar, which I was, you go and work for someone, you're selling your time. Yep. So I'm selling 8 hours a day for someone else, building someone else's business, and they're paying me for that time. Blue collar, like a plumber, builder, you getting paid per hour. Network marketing is unknown, but it doesn't cost anything to get started. It's completely unlimited in as much as you can scale your business. It's unlimited. I can build my business in 96 countries worldwide, and I can sponsor and help as many people as I want. I'm looking for people that want to improve their breakfast. And I know that that's absolutely every single person like on the planet. Yeah. And I know that 50% of the population don't eat breakfast. Yeah. And the other 48%, if they do, they have toast or oats or cereal, basically carbohydrates. Yeah. So I can show them a better way. But so my business is completely scalable. I've got no admin fees at all, no overheads, no employees. So it is a very entrepreneurial, because for me to get bigger in my industry, get bigger in my business, I need entrepreneurial skills. I need to be resourceful. I need to find ways to show and share the products and the opportunity. And you can do that any way you want that matches your personality, really. But it's still very entrepreneurial. But it comes without the risk of capital, comes without the risk of employees and all that sort of stuff. And you're not really selling your time, because the more time I'm putting into people and helping them grow, that's going to continue to grow on its own, which continues to build a passive income.
So what's the income potential, say, for someone part-time or full-time?
So it really varies. It's completely dependent on you. Lots and lots and lots of people just come into the business, into network marketing, to earn an extra £500 to £1,000 a month. So many people, they love what they do. They don't want to change. Yeah. So an extra £1,000 a month, an extra £500 a month can be really life-changing for a lot of people. Pay for your car, a holiday. If you've got kids coming along, expenditure gets bigger. So many people, especially in this day and age, are looking for a side hustle, something on the side.
Even like you said, this is how you started. You were just looking. It was just on the side at first.
Yeah. So many people that I know that got involved, that were earning good incomes, they want an extra £500 to £1,000 to pay for their nights out. Yeah. So they got involved in a nutrition company to pay for their alcohol habit, which is ridiculous. Yeah. But I think when you get involved, you start seeing the potential, and you start seeing other people. Once you start making an extra £1,000 a month, your aspirations then go, actually, is it possible to earn £2,000 or £3,000? So we've got people in our team that are earning an extra £3,500 a month part-time. Wow. Completely changing their life. But it, like I said, it's completely unlimited. So, my sponsor, my upline, who's my upline, he's one of the biggest distributors in Europe, and that income is like phenomenal. Wow. Like, we're not usually allowed to talk incomes, but he has months where he makes over £100,000 per month, which is, for a young person,
a month
is crazy. And that is, when you look at some of the people in Herbalife, the bigger incomes, some people are making like 6-7 million a year. It's crazy. And the types of people that we've got, a lady in the business called Dawn Stanford. Okay. She's 84 years old. She, I think about 16 years ago, pensioner, retired. Her daughter got involved in Herbalife. Said, "Mum, I've got no customers. Can you just be my first customer?" She was like, "Okay, I don't believe in powders, potions, but if it helps you." She started, her health started getting better. She started introducing her friends, and her daughter was like, "Mum, just be my first member. I can't get any members." She joined. Dawn's just qualified president's team. She's making £25,000 a month, 84 years old. Wow. She started when she was like 68.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Then you've got a good friend of mine, Quentin from France, 26 years old, played rugby in Australia, saw an advert on Gumtree, earn income from getting fit. 26 years old, earning €85,000 a month.
Sign
Incredible. Incredible business. They're building business completely differently.
And I'm sure once you see, like you said, once you start making something, even if it's part-time, and you start seeing the money going up and up and up.
Yeah.
You just don't want to stop.
You don't want to stop.
Yeah.
And it literally doesn't have to stop. There's a couple out in Miami, fit couple, really like good looking couple, kids, like ideal sort of family type thing. They've been in the business for 5 years and they're making nearly $500,000 a month. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, we need to talk about this afterwards. We need to sign me up for this.
Yeah, incredible. And so the income opportunity for everyone it's the same opportunity. You get out what you put in. Like I said, most people just want an extra £600 a month, and we help lots of people do that. But we've got the plan, we've got the strategy, it's been done. You know, success leaves clues. But like I said, most people like what they do, they just want a bit of extra cash. So the income potential is as far as your imagination will take you.
I was going to say, is it more about what you put in?
Exactly, yeah. You could get lucky and meet that person that goes and builds an army.
Yeah.
And then, but you still have to like continue to work because he's obviously going to make most of the income and you'll get paid a percentage of what he does. But the potential's there for absolutely anyone. That's what I love about it. I went to a meeting in West London in Heathrow, and there's a guy, Somalian guy, he used to clean the gyms after it was like gym clothes, used to go and clean it. Can't really speak English. He's just qualified at a level in Herbalife called the Global Expansion Team. This guy is going all the way. Can hardly speak English. He's from Somalia. He's created a community called Somali Heroes. I go to these events and he's got like 60, 70 of his, like, he's built this community and he's just flying through the plan now. And
he's found his niche. He's found his way of connecting.
Absolutely. So you might see someone and go, that would be great, but you just don't know how hungry someone is or how much they need it. People probably wouldn't have approached me. I was in investment banking. They're probably thinking he earns a good income, he's quite in shape, he's not going to want this. But you don't know what people are going through in their personal life or what they need. So it's a funny one. But yeah, the potential.
Life-changing.
Yeah, it can be. And there's absolutely no commitments for anyone joining. When you join, you don't have to do anything. It's completely up to you, as much as you want or as little as you want.
You haven't got goals that you have to reach or you're going to get kicked out or
no,
anything
absolutely
like
not. And there's no financial commitment either. So if you do want to progress, there are different milestones.
Yeah.
But that's completely down to you. And I guess when you first get started, you sit down with your sponsor or someone that's brought you in and say, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve, £500, 1,000, 20,000, and we'll say, okay, this is probably what you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
But it's up to you how far you want to take it. So you are in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself.
So who are the types of people that you specifically want in your team then? Like, what kind of people work best in this industry? I know you said anyone, but is there a type of, I don't know, like personality trait that you think works really well?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I used to actually go after like certain types of people.
Yeah,
gym people. Gym people. Yeah. But you know what? I used to go after like fitness instructors, personal trainers. I think they would be the best.
Because they're going to pass on through their clients.
But they've actually been the worst in my team. But some have like done great. It's really difficult. Like I said, anyone can do it, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
The characteristics are, you know, people that you get into network marketing or you get into Herbalife either through inspiration or desperation. But one thing you're going to have to need to grow is some leadership skills. You're going to have a desire and a hunger to do better. But you've got to have things like empathy and humility, because our goal and our business is built on the foundation of helping people improve their health and their wealth. So you've got a willingness to help people. And, you know, I came from investment banking where it was all for me and I have to crush everyone around me for me to be successful, and everyone's on the same thing. So it was really hard for me coming out of that world and then having to develop new skills. I wasn't empathetic. I wasn't, you know, I was a little shit, really. I was a cocky little shit. And I quickly realised that's not going to work in this business, because I'm no longer working with asset managers, hedge fund managers, egos. I'm working with people
real
that need
people.
Help. Yeah. And it's been such a good journey for me personally, and it's put me in a much better place in my life. And I'm so glad that I had to go through that journey. So we're looking for like the types of people that do it. Like I said, Dawn Stanford, 84 years old. I would have never thought that sort of person that can do it. Sportsmen, athletes are great because number one, they're competitive. Number two, they come from a sports background, so they understand nutrition and probably supplementing how important that is. And their circle of influence is probably more engaged. It's probably more natural. You know, coming out of investment banking, and now I'm talking about supplements, my circle of influence were probably like, what are you talking about? What do you know about this? So
do you need thousands of followers or thousands of friends to do this kind of thing?
Absolutely not. No. Social media, it can take your time, or you can use it like usefully. Now, this business is all built on personal relationships, because you've got to be working with people, helping them. So it's hard. Social media is a great tool from getting the message out there, and you can prospect. You can, I can reach my audience really quick at an instant now. I can build business in India. Last month, my check got paid out of 8 different countries: Canada, Ireland, Holland, France, Australia. And some of these countries, I didn't introduce that person. It was a member in my team that introduced them. But the fact that I can reach those people now is fantastic. But, we've got a guy in the business, Stephen Graziani. I think he's made about $85 million from Herbalife Nutrition. No Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. But he builds great relationships with people. People trust him. They know that he's there to help them. So he builds big business organically. But social media is a great tool if you can use it correctly. And like we were talking about earlier, it's in this day and age, you want to use all the tools available with the right message, with something that's positive. So I think it's a tool that you can use for your benefit.
And it can help, but it's not necessary.
No, I think the root of all real good business done out there in life is always done person to person. You build trust, you build a relationship, and it's hard to do that online.
So what level of fitness or nutritional education do you need? You said you don't need to be a PT or anything like that, but do you need some form of knowledge, education?
I guess from going on the customer-client journey, you're going to get educated a little bit, but really the company, Herbalife Nutrition, they've got 34 PhDs on their board of nutrition. They've got 200 dietitians and scientists. So what we really do as members is we take the information, education, knowledge from those guys, and we deliver that to the marketplace. We're distributors, so we're taking the product to the marketplace, and we take that education as well. So you don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be like a fitness guru. And to be honest, the simpler you keep it, the better it is for your business. Because if I was talking to you about molecules and macro and micronutrients... I knew you were
going to say macros. I was going to say I have no idea what any of it actually really means.
And then if I said, okay, Heather, why don't you do what I do? You'd be like, I can't do what you do. It's unduplicatable. So the key for helping people get really good results, keeping it simple. And then building the business, keep it simple. Because if it's simple to do, it's simple to teach. My mum does this. My mum reaches a market and an audience that I can't reach. So if I was to speak to my mum's friends and say, oh, do you want to use these supplements? They'd look at me and go, you got abs, we don't do what you do. But my mum got a really good result. I wanted to help my mum earn a bit of extra income. And now she helps her friends. They do what they do. They have their little shake parties. I could never hold a shake party. I imagine I said to my friends, guys, come over, we're going to have a shake party.
Saturday night.
But my mum, or for some of the mums in my team, mums are incredible in this business.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Audiences down the schools, they've got a captive audience. People get to an age group where, their weight means a lot to them. So my mum doesn't have any sort of level of nutrition, but like I said, some of the online calls that we have, some of the events, they give nutrition education. The doctors come along. They talk about, but we keep it really simple. Like, how hard is it to, it's hard to make sure, okay, in my breakfast, I need magnesium, I need iron, potassium, protein, carbs, fats, fiber, How am I going to make this? Or you just mix up your smoothie, drink it, and go and live a normal life like everyone else. So we don't need a level of nutrition, but being in the company, I like to educate myself because some people are going to question.
You want to know what you're selling and what you're doing and everything. Yeah.
But like my friend, who was a professional footballer, got involved. He's now the most successful distributor in Europe. Incredible income. He built his whole business on drink that, tastes like chocolate, you'll feel unbelievable. That was
Is that his tagline?
Yeah, and it's funny because when
it's simple,
and when I started using the products. My friends were like, oh, I don't know if you should be drinking that. I would literally go out with these guys a year before We would get drunk all weekend. We'd eat kebabs, pizzas. Not one of them ever said, don't eat that.
You don't know what's in that.
The minute you have a drink with vitamins
You're
in
right.
it.
Everyone judges.
Yeah, and people even that want like health results or lose a bit of body fat, you know, they really want to know everything that's in that. But they don't mind about the pizza and the McDonald's.
It's right, you're right.
Which is funny. But yeah, to answer your question,
no.
You don't need to be a scientist. They do all that. We just deliver that knowledge to the marketplace.
Hey, what about like your life aspirations? And let's go back to that, because you say obviously you've changed your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole life has changed. So does that mean now your goals in what do you want from life? What do you aspire to be now? And what do your friends and family think of that?
So my goal now is to travel as much as I can. I want to live in 4, 5, 6 different locations around the world. Last year I spent all winter in Cape Town, South Africa, and I was building my network marketing business there. Then I spent a couple of months in Ibiza and in London. And I thought, this is the way I want my life. I want to live my life. I don't want to be stuck in one location, spend a few months in Bali, here, there, everywhere. And it was all about income. Even when I saw the opportunity in network marketing, I wanted massive income. But I've realised now that the massive income you build in network marketing is all a representation of how many people you're helping, how many customers you've got, how many customers your team members have got. And to hit those levels of success and income, it's the person that you've got to become to be that leader. So for me to have a team of 5,000-10,000 distributors, to lead them in the right way, to help want them more for themselves than they know that's possible. It's the person that I've got to become, and it's that self-development, personal development I've got to continue to be. So although to get there the income's going to be amazing, it's the person I'm going to become by getting there that's more of interest to me now. And
more of a reward in everything.
More of that reward is, you know, financial freedom. What is financial freedom? It's the ability to do what you want on your own terms. Time freedom, spend time with my family. I don't have any family in the UK anymore. They all live abroad. And I resented that 28 days a year holiday I used to have in corporate. You know, I used to look on the calendar.
I'm sure you had lots of money, but did you have time to spend it?
Didn't have no time to spend it. And when I did spend it, I spent it on drowning out the pain from the 5 days a week I had to work. So, for me now, it's more lifestyle more than income. As long as I can like build an income to pay for that lifestyle that I want, that's my aspirations now, and to become that person. I see those people that are at the top of their business, top of their industry, and it's the person they are.
Yeah.
You look at them and you always think, oh, of course they were going to make it. Look how they are. But that's not the person they were when they were building. So that's my aspirations now, to help as many people. I've got some really great people in my team, and I want to see those guys do well. And the only way I can really do well and hit the super passive income is by helping those guys really build as well. That's my aspirations now.
Well, you said as well, like, that your mum does this now. So does that mean that your family are really supportive of it?
They are now.
Yeah.
That when I said I'm leaving corporate world, you know, my mum and dad didn't come from that corporate world. They were never like big income earners. So when they saw their son go to university, get a job in the city, that was their dream complete.
Yeah.
And I think from a generation before, that is the level of success people aspire to be.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
You know, stress and depression and things like that, I don't think they obviously had it, but it wasn't out there. No. So, you know, for me,
it wasn't spoken about.
About. If I said to my dad, "Oh, Dad, I'm not feeling fulfilled," he'd be like, "Boy, fulfilled?
Right, yeah.
Don't be so silly. Like, man up." But you know, we live in a different world now. Social media, we can see how other people live in, and a lot of it is fake and not real.
But it doesn't mean you don't compare your life to other people's.
Exactly, absolutely. So at first my family were like, I don't think you should do this. It's not a good idea. What if it doesn't last? I'm like, Lehman Brothers, the biggest global investment bank in the planet, went under. Like, we don't know. We've got to take risks sometimes in life. But as long as you're doing it with a good heart, the right intentions, with the intention to help people, and they've seen that the person I've become now, and they can say, okay, you made the right decision. Because it's not all about money. Like, it's important, it gives you options, but the person you become will generate an income to look after you, sort of thing. So
you being happy is the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, when I first got started, my friends were inundating me on emails with pyramid schemes and all that sort of stuff. And I think a lot of people, they do it out of love and care, but sometimes people will do it out of fear that you've made a change that they might not have enough courage to do themselves.
Yeah.
So you don't know where it comes from, but
Definitely.
what's the worst that can ever happen, you know?
You go back to your old job.
Go back to your old job,
Yeah.
go and do something you don't like, or go and find something you do like.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a little bit of risk, but where I built it part-time and left, I had that sort of security. So it was
all worked out. It
all
was a good
worked out.
decision.
But it's still, you know, I'm still very much at the start of the journey. You know, I consider myself a young man. I'm not.
You're only how many years into it?
3 years into Herbalife Nutrition. You know, some of these people have been in it, you know, 25, 30 years. And the lifestyles they've got, that's what I aspire to have. Travel the world, inspire people, speak on stage. Got to speak in Paris in front of 17,000 people. And it was like one of them, like, you must know.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous. But you do that probably naturally. But when you
Even I still get nervous, but for someone who doesn't do it for... Yeah.
If someone would have told me back when I was in banking saying, you know, you're going to be doing public speaking in front of thousands of people, like you're going to have team members dependent on you, customers and clients that are going to be dependent on you to help and motivate them when they're feeling, I'd have been like, that's not me. But I get a real buzz.
Did you get a rush? I was going to say, it's an adrenaline rush, right? When you...
Yeah. When I went to that first meeting and people were saying, you know, I get a fulfillment from helping people, I thought, yeah, of course you do. Like, that's so fluffy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to help people. But when I was helping people, like one of my best friends, Chris Palmer, it took him so long for me to get me involved. I remember when the guys were talking to me about the products and he was like, oh, I'm not sure. Chris was like 22 stone. He was not the most confident guy in the world. He joined my team. He's got an incredible result. He's like fit, in shape now, building a business. Just the fact that I can help one of my best friends do that, change their life. I want to see
doing
Chris
it together as
doing
well.
it together.
Yeah.
We go to all the events in like Prague, Madrid, Barcelona. I want to see him just fly now, and he will. And that gives me so much satisfaction to do it with the people that like are close to me.
Yeah.
So a lot of people close don't want it. They don't want to know. But slowly, people coming around going, you know what, you've been doing this for a while now. We trust you.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, what you're doing doesn't look like a fad.
Sometimes they have to see someone else
They
really
do.
go through it before they can
absolutely
trust
do.
it.
Of course, yeah, they got to see it. People need to see it before. You know, they say like facts tell, but stories sell. And that's just the journey I've been going on, documenting it, what I do. Some people don't like it, some people do like it, but they'll all see that I'm doing something positive. Hopefully I'm giving that right message out to the marketplace.
So if I wanted to join your team, how would I go about that? How would anyone go about getting involved and signing up underneath you?
Right, so to join Herbalife, you always need a sponsor. So you can't just go online and become a member. You need someone that's already a member to sponsor you because they want you to show you good practice. So for me personally, people would just find me maybe on social media, Instagram, @sal_insta1, or drop me a DM. Then we'd invite them onto a call, like a webinar they can watch from home online.
Okay.
More information on the science, the products, the results, the income opportunity. And then every Wednesday we do a call for brand new members, exactly how to get started, you know, get support and guidance all the way through. And then we do offline training days once a month all around the country. So we can meet personally or online, anything.
So we can be from anywhere in the world. Anyone can sign up.
Absolutely anywhere. I've got members and customers in North America, South America, Asia, all around the world, Australia. So it's really good like that. But it's good to build locally because you build that like rapport and a relationship. But yeah, absolutely anywhere.
It's that simple.
So
just drop me a message.
Drop me a message. Get you started on the product so you get a belief, integrity, a good result, and then we'll show you how to market that if that's what you want to do. Show you how to build some retail income, and if you want to make extra income, we'll just show you how to build a team. You get like all the support and all the guidance because my success is based off your success. So I'm invested to help you do as much as you want, but it's completely up to you how much you want to do.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming to speak to us today. I've learned so much, I really have, and I'm actually really interested myself in finding out more about this.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you.